Hey, thanks for tuning in. So today I'm going to give you a housing market update for Summerlin and Las Vegas. We're going to look at four different categories. We're going to look at Summerlin single family homes as a whole, both resale and new construction combined. Then we're going to look at Summerlin new construction single family homes only. Then we're going to look at Summerlin condos, which are going to include both new construction and resale, mainly because for data purposes, it's better to combine the two, as for new construction, there wasn't a ton of condo sales. And then the fourth category is going to be single family homes for Las Vegas. And why I like looking at these four categories, especially for people that are considering Summerlin to purchase a home, is because number one, Summerlin has a variety of different houses, and you're going to see the difference in median sales price. It's pretty significant. And then in regards to Las Vegas, it's always good to compare the premium with basically the average. And so this is going to give you a good idea of like maybe Summerlin, yeah, it's a master plan community. Maybe you think it's for you, but maybe it isn't for you. And if you're already living here, if you're a seller, if you're a buyer in this area that already lives in the Las Vegas area, well, this is going to be very informative for you too, because you're going to kind of basically get an idea of where the market is at. And basically, I'll give you my opinion of where I think we're going. So let's just jump right into it. Now, we're going to look at four key metrics here. We're going to look at median sales price, median days on market, sales price versus list price, and months of inventory. And I'll get into basically what all those things mean here shortly. But median sales price in Summerlin was $650,000 in January 2024. Now, this is up from $640,000 this time last year. So year over year, we're up $10,000. Now, I'm not looking too much into this besides the fact that the market was pretty stable. We didn't crash and we didn't escalate. So for sellers, guess what? If you were thinking about selling last year and now you need to sell, well, guess what? You didn't really lose anything. And for buyers, guess what? You don't have to deal with higher prices yet. Now we're heading into the spring market, and we'll get into interest rates and things like that here shortly. But that's just something that's a positive as well. So like basically, like if you were on the fence for a whole year, guess what? Today you're not going to have to pay much more than you did this time last year, which is amazing. So next stat is median days on market, which is 30. Now this is down from 48 January 2023. Everything that I'm talking about right now, we're based on sales from January 2024, okay? So median days on market is at 30, and it was 48 this time last year. So for sellers, this is good news. Your houses are selling faster. You don't have to hold them as long when you're on the market. For buyers, you're making decisions faster, but that might also mean that you're maybe dealing with a little bit more competition, that buyers are just making decisions faster at this point. Now, this is a big one, though, and that's that's months of inventory. This is at 1.6 months. Now, this is down from 4 months this time last year. So there's clearly way less houses for sale than a year ago. And just to give you guys an indication of what this means, basically months of inventory means if houses stop coming on the market, it would take X amount of time to get rid of all the existing inventory. Now, so it would take a month and a half, a little over a month and a half, to get rid of everything in Summerlin if houses stop coming on the market. But what's crucial here to understand is 3 months and under is technically considered a buyer's market. Now, at 4 months, obviously that was a buyer's market, right? Maybe not in regards to like feeling great about interest rates, but in regards to inventory, yeah, it was absolutely a buyer's market this time last year. Things have shifted. Now, I anticipate basically that this will continue. I think months of inventory will either stay like this or go down a little bit, as I think more buyers enter the market as rates stabilize. We were in the 8% part of last year. Now we're back into the mid sixes, depending FHA, low sixes. So I think that we have to be very cautious of basically this metric, because if it starts to dip around 1 month, yeah, it's going to get competitive again. Now, we might not see the escalating prices as much as we did in 2021, 2022 early, but nonetheless, I think we could be seeing, especially with a resale, maybe multiple offers, depending on if that gets down into the low ones. Obviously, depending on the house, there could always be multiple offers. So it just depends. But the next stat I like is sales price versus list price. And what this means is basically, what is it listed for and what is it selling for? So for sellers, you're getting 97.7% of your list price, on average. Now for buyers, that's great because you can kind of look at the list price and say, oh, it's probably going to go 2.3% less than basically what it's listed for. Now, last year at this time, it was at 96.5%. So not a huge change there, but definitely a change. So next category, let's jump into Summerlin new construction. Now, you're going to see this right off the bat. Median sales price is $805,000. So clearly higher than Summerlin as a whole, right? So when people say, hey, like, what are the benefits of new construction? Well, of course, brand new, but what are some of the cons? Well, the biggest con, is they cost more money. So $805,000. Now, this fluctuates. I think it was $725,000 in January 2023. But in Summerlin, we have, a variety of different new construction, different price points. So that could just basically be the market. But I do think, just from what I've seen from sales in specific communities, that things have appreciated in each community. I know my community, there was a plan that we closed in at the end of 2022 in December, and our plan, like ours, there was a resale that sold for 80,000 higher. So, that's just an indication of, things are moving up even within specific communities. So median sales price, 805,000, clearly more expensive. Median days on market, 70. I don't look into the median days on market so much on the new construction, just because like construction delays, timelines, there's a lot of different factors there. Months of inventory, though, is very interesting. It's at 0.8 months. So we're under a month. So that's clearly a seller's market. And if you talk to builders, they're not necessarily hurting for people coming in and buying their homes. I've seen a lot of model homes now for sale, which means basically they're through all their existing inventory. Maybe they have a couple quick move-ins that people backed out, but 0.8 months of inventory, that's a low number. And sales price versus list price, 97.3%. So, when people tell you, hey, like, you can't really negotiate with the buyer, or excuse me, you can't really negotiate with the seller in regards to price. I don't know. I think it depends on the situation. I think that if it depends on the time of the year, are they trying to move something? Is their fiscal year up, etc. So I think there's definitely some leeway there. So let's jump into the next slide. Summerlin condos, median sales price $413,000. Now this is down. This is down from $432,000 this time last year. So condos, slight discount, right? Getting a little bit better deal. Median days on market is 22. Now you're going to notice that's pretty good, right? I mean, that's down from 74 last year, but 22 days on market, that's pretty fast. That's obviously a little over 3 weeks. I don't know. I think the lower price points, the more entry level homes, I think they move faster. There's more buyers for those, especially with interest rates. It's where people are actually approved for. So I think that, that 22 days makes sense. Something to keep an eye on. I mean, especially as we head into the spring, if that gets down to 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, that means things are moving pretty fast. So months of inventory is at 1.9 months. Again, this is down from 4 months this time last year. So less houses for sale. Still a seller's market. It was a buyer's market. And you'll see here next stat, sales price versus list price, right at 100%. So especially in Summerlin, where, it's a very desired area. And if there's a condo for sale and it's priced right, you're gonna see it go for 100% or more of list price. And that's just because like I said, there's more competition for condos. There's more buyers able to afford the payments, and so you're going to just have more people looking at those types of properties. So jump into Las Vegas as a whole. Now, Las Vegas as a whole, $450,000 median sales price. That's up 5.9% from this time last year. That was hanging at $425,000 in January 2023. Now, median days on market, same story here, 27, but it was down from 41 this time last year. So again, sellers, not as long. You have to sit and wait for a buyer to come to buy your house and get closed. And then for buyers, people are making decisions faster than they were a year ago. Months of inventory is at 1.9 months. Now, this is down from 3.5 months. and 3.5 months of inventory. Obviously slightly a seller's market, but now or excuse me, slightly a buyer's market, and now we're back down into a seller's market. So as you see here, despite really interest rates being pretty high, the market has stayed stabilized. And I think for me, as we head into 2024 spring market, summer market, I anticipate those median sales prices to grow. And for me, the story that these statistics tell more than anything is that despite high interest rates, values didn't crash, they didn't go up, they didn't escalate up per se. Um, it was a pretty balanced market. Yeah, we can look at inventory, and a lot of times it says it's a seller's market or it's a buyer's market. But again, we've got a flip up here. So it's been pretty balanced. And I think that we're going to see competition increase. I don't think it's going to be that crazy 2021 competition where, we're seeing 15, 20 offers on some properties. But I do think we might be seeing multiple offers on some. And I do think that we'll see prices going over list price. And I think that the buyers that can be approved and get approved for the 6%, yeah, great. I think they're going to be out there and they're going to be shopping, especially if they're comfortable with the payment. And I think that too, the one thing that buyers have to consider, especially with the new construction is, and this is just what I'm saying, is you can get better rates when you use the builder's lender. And so, if new construction is something that you're interested in, working with their preferred lender is probably going to get you 3 to 6% in closing cost credits, and it's going to get you a better interest rate as well. And I'm going to try to get out a video pretty quickly on the different builders and what they're offering financing wise, because I'm seeing 4.9%, I'm seeing low fives. So there's definitely some good deals out there in regards to basically financing if you go new construction. Now you're paying the higher price, but if that's something that you're interested in, you're looking for a new home, you don't really want to resell, you don't want to deal with renovations, then yeah, it could be a good option for you. So all right, if you liked this video, if you thought it was helpful, if you have any tips and tricks you can give me to make these more insightful, just let me know. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.